Cook. I'm just making another video update on my pepper plants. Since my last video, I've moved this table. It's closer to my shed. The sun around 5 o'clock here in Georgia would start hitting my plants, like shining directly onto the plants, and the leaves were wilting. So I got it moved closer to the shed where the sunlight's not hitting them directly at all. As I said before, I'm trying to get them used to the heat before I have them actually directly under the sunlight. But this is the progress so far. All these tall ones with the smaller leaves. This one in the front, that one in the back. This is the one in the back there where I'm pointing. That's a freshly transplanted one. This one right here. This one right here, and I also have that little one down here. Those were from seeds I bought from somebody on eBay who claimed they were Carolina Reaper seeds, even posted pictures of Carolina Reaper peppers, but I'm having my doubts because many of the images I found on Google for Carolina Reaper plants that are between 2 to 3 months old, the leaves are typically larger than this. But I did find other pictures that were labeled Carolina Reaper that had leaves similar to this, so I don't know what to believe. Maybe some of them grow bigger leaves when they're younger like this. Maybe some of them don't. But anyways, this is about how tall they've gotten so far, and they're coming along pretty good. That was my first chocolate bootla that I put out here. As you see, the leaves on that one are humongous. I'm beginning to put these plant stakes into them, these tall ones. I'm starting them off with the short ones until the plants outgrow them, and they have for a few of them, so I had to go buy a few of these green metal stakes from Home Depot. This one, I have it labeled as a ghost pepper plant, but when I was germinating these things, I had gotten the labels mixed up. Like when I'd pull the lid off my propagation unit, it was pulling the labels up and out, and I think I lost track of what some of them were, so I'm not sure if that's really a ghost pepper plant. It could be a chocolate bootla or a Carolina Reaper, because I mean a real Reaper, because I had gotten it from a good source, but I messed up most of my original seedlings. That one back there is a chocolate bootla that I've transplanted into a 2-gallon pot since the last video I made. And then that one, of course, was one that a ghost pepper plant that I bought from, I believe it was either Walmart or Home Depot. It was my first experimental plant I put outdoors, and as I said before, I messed up, when I topped it and pruned it, because I didn't know what I was doing. I misinterpreted what people said topping and pruning was meant to do. But I'm just glad it happened with that and not with the ones I put a lot of work and money and time into. Those ones. This one, once it gets at least 3 inches taller, I'll have that into a 2-gallon pot. And then over here, don't mind all the cars sitting out back. This is my roommate's property, by the way. It's just junk cars he's got to get rid of sometime soon. I have this little area built. I've been putting this together the last couple days. It's just a bunch of pallet wood that was sitting out back in the shed. My roommate told me he didn't know what else to do with it, so I'm making use of some of it. I'm going to be, now I got a blue wasp trying to bother me. I'm going to be buying netting to go around this, so I built these stakes into the ground. I put them into the ground so I can put netting around it, keep animals out, and some insects. And then I just put this up today. This took about just an hour to create. I'm going to be buying shade netting, so I'll be draping it over this. I have that much taller than the other one, so that way if it rains, the rainwater will be more apt to running down the shade netting, because it'll be coming down like a tent. Now I have one plant that, because I'm going to be needing to put these out, the ones that are at the shed, near the shed, out here soon, because I have a whole slew more that's going to be ready here in about 2 to 3 weeks to go outside and onto that table. I mean, I have a lot of plants. Like, I have about 25, 30 more plants that are like over a month old, and some of them are 2 months old. They're getting close, so I'm not going to have room on that table for everything. So I got this one plant right here. I just put this out here today. Now it is under direct sunlight. This is what I'm experimenting with. I want to see how the plant will do. Originally, probably about 1 p.m. this afternoon, the leaves started wilting. Not as bad, not as quickly as it did be. This and the other ones did before. When they were only outside for about a week. But they started wilting, and then I watched a few videos on YouTube, and learned maybe I didn't water these enough, because I've only watered my plants once in this last 3 weeks since I put them out. And I watered this about 20 minutes ago, and the leaves suddenly perked back up. So I'm thinking it's looking pretty good, and as you see, it's directly under sunlight. So I'm thinking maybe that's all I had to do. I mean, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it only took like an hour before when my plants were hit with direct sunlight, when they were a little farther away from the shed, for the leaves to just droop and look, they were sagging. I almost thought I lost my plants. But this thing's a little more adapt to the heat now. It's been outside for about 3 weeks. And as I said, it did start wilting a little bit, but I just put some water in there and over the plant, and that was about 30 minutes ago from now, and the leaves perked right back up. So like I said, this is I got it out here to experiment with. I didn't want to put all my plants out here and lose them all, so I didn't know what to expect. I'm a new grower of these pepper plants, so I'm still learning things, a lot of it the hard way, but some of it seems to work. But as you see, my plants look pretty healthy, and I'll make an update when I get some new developments. So until next time, see ya.